the question answer round with you because you all had many questions to ask, but because of the limitation of that 1 hour span that we have, so we couldn't really take the question. But I always felt that definitely a class doesn't mean the education or the knowledge coming from just one end. It is very, very important that it has to be both ways. If the teacher is teaching something, the children have all the right to question back, or probably sometimes ask that, ma, I think I didn't get it, or probably I'm stuck at that particular point. So today the entire class is dedicated to the question answers. You are free to ask whatever you feel related to your spirituality journey. You are free to ask about the sadhana, about the queries or the problems or whatever you have when it comes to practicing spirituality in your day to day life, or anything you want to ask from Srimad Bhagavad Gita that we are reading, or anything you have, you can absolutely ask. But I would really appreciate, because a lot of children have a lot of things to ask. So whenever we get an opportunity to ask, we ask a valid question, something that would be beneficial for everybody, because there are a lot of people who have taken out very valuable time from their busy schedule to come to the class, and I would really appreciate that we can give them something to take back from the class. So first we'll extend our gratitude in the lotus feet of Sri Radharaman Lal Sadgurudev Maharaj, Sri Dham Vrindavan, and then we'll proceed with the questions of the class. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः श्रीरामाय वयं नुमः श्रीगौराय वयं नुमः वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे श्री राधा रमण लाल की जय, श्रीमन चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय, श्री प्रिया रमण महाप्रभु की जय, श्री सद्गुरुदेव भगवान की, श्री वृंदावन धाम की, निमाई दादा की जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम, निताई गौर गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। So today we have a surprise visit in the class. The moment I said Shri Radha Raman Lal ki Jai, and Narsingh came, he like literally came out of that pillar, like he broke the pillar. And the moment I said Radha Raman Lal ki Jai, and my door just like banged on the wall, like what's wrong? And this Sevak of Shri Radha Raman Lal is there in your service. But today is a very important class, Nimai Dada, and we need to say bye bye to you. Say, I'm just coming in some time. Okay? Okay? Say bye. Bye. Radhe Radhe. जय जय बोलो, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे। इनको चॉकलेट दे दो दादा को, चॉकलेट खा के आओ, जाओ दीदी। 1 घंटा अब इसको आप रखना है ना, 1 घंटा से। So So now we'll start with the class. Apologize for the distraction, but I'm sure more than the class, you all love that distraction. But we have to come back to the main course of the class, which is the question answer. So I will really appreciate if you raise your hands. I will give you an opportunity to speak, and whosoever has the question, I will ask. I will give you the authority to unmute yourself, and then you can ask your questions. So can we have some hands raised? Yes, we already have. Shelja Harivanshi ji, I will give you the opportunity to ask the first question. Yes.
Radhe Shyam Maiya,
Radhe Radhe beta, how are you?
I'm fine. भैया मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था. एक्चुअली अभी
हम्म,
बिलीव नहीं हो रहा है कि मैं आपसे बात कर रही हूँ.
मुझे भी नहीं हो रहा कि मैं आपसे बात कर रही हूँ, बिकॉज हम फर्स्ट टाइम बात कर रहे हैं. वाओ.
आपको हमेशा मतलब आपको कथा में देखती हूँ, आपके बहुत सारे वीडियोस रील्स देखती हूँ. आज
ठीक,
पहली बार
बनते में
आपके
गड़बड़ तो नहीं
सामने.
होती? कुछ गड़बड़ हो तो
जी.
फीडबैक हमको आप प्राइवेट में दे सकते हो, पब्लिकली भी दे सकते हो. ये तो मदर और चिल्ड्रन का रिलेशनशिप है. बट वेरी नाइस बेटा, वेरी गुड टू सी यू. आपने कब क्लासेस ज्वाइन करी हमारी? बिकॉज यू सीम लाइक अ न्यू फेस टू मी.
Yes, ma'am. It is my third class.
Wow. So you are you enjoying the classes?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel
Very
that
much.
there is like a teeny micro piddy change in you ever since you have started with the classes? Do you think in
Yes.
your state of
Yes.
thinking or probably your state of meditation? Very nice. Okay,
From
ask
the
me a
first
question.
class.
Thank you for the motivation. Yes, बच्चे.
आप हमारे लिए मोटिवेशन हो.
हाँ हाँ जी बच्चे.
मेरा क्वेश्चन था कि
हम्म.
एक्चुअली मुझे वृंदावन हम सबको बहुत ही पसंद है, जाना बहुत पसंद है. और जब भी कोई वृंदावन की बात करता है तो लगता है कि काश हम वहां होते. और
हम्म.
ऐसे सर्कमस्टेंसेस नहीं बन पाते, ऐसी सिचुएशन नहीं बन पाती कभी कभार कि हम जा नहीं पाते वृंदावन. तो वो
हम्म.
बहुत ही बुरा लगता है, मन से बहुत ही बुरा फील होता है कि हम जा नहीं पाते. इसलिए बाकी सारे वर्क जो मैं करती हूँ उनमें इंगेज होने में भी बहुत दिक्कत होती है. और बहुत रोना भी आ जाता है, तो घर वाले भी
True.
बहुत टेंस हो जाते हैं.
हम्म.
तो वो बहुत परेशान रहते हैं मुझसे कि
तो बेटा द
वृंदावन में
फर्स्ट
क्या
थिंग
है.
इज, देखो बेटा, वृंदावन की तो एक सीमा है, क्योंकि दिस इज एन इंग्लिश क्लास, बट बिकॉज द क्वेश्चन हैज बीन आस्क्ड इन हिंदी, सो आई विल रिस्पेक्ट दैट एंड आई विल रिप्लाई इन हिंदी. तो शैलजा, आप एक बात समझो कि वृंदावन तो बेटा एक स्थान ही नहीं है. वृंदावन को केवल हम धाम ब्रज को हम 84 कोस में ही सीमित नहीं करें. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड द एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ द इटर्नल वृंदावन. There are two type of people who are known as Brajvasis. Okay, the first kind of people are those who live in Braj, and the second kind of people are those जिनके भीतर ब्रज रहता है, who are always thinking about Sri Radha Raman Lal, who are always meditating upon Sri Vrindavan Dham. So those people are more in Vrindavan than even those who are living in Vrindavan. सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड बेटा. देखो, राधा रमन जी वृंदावन तो तभी बुलाएंगे जब उनको बुलाना होगा, पर वृंदावन जाने से पहले हम किसी भी डेस्टिनेशन पर जाते हैं, वी पैक आवर बैग, वहां सर्दी है गर्मी है उसके हिसाब से हम अपना सूटकेस लगाते हैं, अपनी चीजों को रखते हैं, क्या पहनना है क्या नहीं पहनना. तो वृंदावन धाम का बुलावा तो आएगा ही आएगा. अब बताओ, अगर आपका किसी डेस्टिनेशन पे किसी व्यक्ति से रिलेशनशिप हो और उस व्यक्ति के का बर्थडे हो या उसकी एनिवर्सरी हो, तो वो आपको इनवाइट तो करेगा ना, राइट? और जब वो इनवाइट करेगा आप जाओगे तो तभी. पर आप जाने की प्रेपरेशन तो आपको ये तो नहीं कहेगा कि हाँ मेरी एनिवर्सरी है तो आ जा, तो तुरंत उठ के तो भागोगे नहीं. यू वुड नीड टाइम टू प्रिपेयर योर सूटकेस, प्रिपेयर योर थिंग्स. सो दिस इज योर टाइम टू गेट prepared बेटा. Radha Raman ji will definitely call you. Why? Because you have already established that relationship with him. Now what we need to do, we need to do a lot of japa. We need to do a lot of good things in our life. We need to do a lot of seva in our life so that we are preparing ourselves to reach to that eternal destination. So you don't have to be you don't have to be sad. Why are you sad? You don't, you have a relationship with Sri Radha Raman Lal?
Yes, ma'am, I
So
have.
when you have the relationship, why you think he is not going to ever call? You just need to start preparing. Because when the time will come, gopis are very much at peace. They have prepared everything. So they are practically not doing anything in Vrindavan. They are just doing their homely chores, thinking of Sri Radha Raman at every point. So you don't have to be specifically that kind of Brajvasi who's living in Vrindavan, but you can also be a Brajvasi in whom Sridham Vrindavan lives. And that is a very, very elevated state. So you will be definitely called. So you start, I'm telling you, so you'll get the invitation very soon, but you need to start preparing, bache. Okay? So when your preparation will be perfect, so you will get the invitation as well. So you never have to be sad. People who are not aware of Sri Ram Vrindavan or Sri Radha Raman Lal, we should be sad for those people, because somewhere the reality is probably they would never get the invitation because they have no relation. Until you will not have a relation, there will be no emotion. Until you have no emotion, there can never be any devotion. So it is very important that if you want to do bhakti, the first foremost thing is that you need to develop that relation. Okay? So you don't have to be sad anymore. You start preparing. Okay?
Okay,
Very
ma'am,
nice.
thank you so much. Radhe Shyam.
Adrika.
राधे श्याम भैया दंडवती
राधे
प्रणाम।
राधे बच्चे, राधे राधे। हाउ आर यू लाली?
मैं भैया बहुत अच्छे। आप कैसे हो भैया?
Very, very good, बच्चे, very good. How is the
थैंक
Gaurang
यू
Toli happening?
मैम। इट्स भैया इट्स मतलब बाय योर ग्रेस बाय योर लव
You
महाराज
know,
जी
somebody
लव।
called me and said that I don't know if it's a compliment for you or a compliment for me, but it's a compliment for both of us actually. That somebody called me and she said, "We saw somebody who looks just like you." I was, who? Like,
भैया
oh my, we saw Kirtan, and I literally observed you in a video
भैया
or so, and two,
आई
three people,
लिटरली
and two,
भैया
three
आई
people.
स्वेयर टू गॉड आई वोंट लाई। After people do complimented me that as well, but now it's coming from you. Now I can die peacefully. Trust me
No,
now.
but has somebody ever told you that when you wear a sari and you put the
Yeah,
pallu
they
like
told
I
me.
do,
They
you
even,
do
they
look
even,
similar to me?
yeah, people do say that, and people also say that you even talk like her. I said she's my ma. Obviously I'm gonna look
Wow,
like her.
I'm so
Obviously
proud of
I'm
you.
gonna talk like her. Thank you
Wow,
so
bache.
much, Maya. Thank you
So
so much.
thank you, thank you. What you're doing is phenomenal, bache. What do you have to ask, Lali? Please ask.
Maya, I have two questions. Number one, because क्योंकि ब्रज में और ठाकुर जी की भाव की सेवा है, तो और मतलब हर प्रत्येक व्यक्ति में राधा रमन लाल के दर्शन करने चाहिए। बिकॉज ऑफ दैट समटाइम्स इट बिकम्स टफ फॉर मी टू बैलेंस भाव और प्रैक्टिकलिटी दोनों।
Hmm.
समटाइम्स जहाँ बिकॉज देयर आर टाइम्स जहां पर अपन को प्रैक्टिकल होना चाहिए, बट वहां पर भी बिकॉज आई थॉट कि मतलब ठाकुर जी
No,
ही
bache,
है।
it is very important to understand that Radha Ramanji is residing within everybody. But that doesn't mean that we need to have the same behavior with the entire world. Because if you are going to have the same behavior with the entire world, it is going to be very difficult for you to be balanced in life. So, because Radha Ramanji has told in Bhagwat Gita that I am there in the form of Atma in every being, but my existence depends upon the belief of that particular being also, right? So what
Yeah.
we need to do so that we do not do any kind of aparad, that we need to have the right psychology towards that person, but the behavior should be subjective to that person. Some vyavhar we can never do. We have to be samdarshan.
Yeah.
Samdarshan means everybody who's around me is a part of Sri Radharaman Lal, and I really pray for the well-being of all of you. If even if you are doing wrong, I pray I have nothing wrong or maybe something ill in my heart for you, but I pray for you. I am not going to think any ill of you. That is Samdarshana. But if you say
Yeah.
somebody is, doing the wrong thing and somebody is slapping you or somebody is, insulting you, and you say, no, 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 he's Radha Raman Lal and I'm going to bow my head in your lotus feet, sir. No, that is not right.
No.
If there are
Yes.
people, if there are people who are disrespecting you, if people insulting you, insulting your bhakti, trying to demotivate you, please maintain distance from such people. You do not have to be nice to the entire world. It's
Yeah.
not, you can never be that, because if you'll try to be good to everybody, you're going to get crazy, because
Yeah.
you can never make the world happy. So what we need to do, we have to be some darshana. That means I pray and I don't think, I don't want to do any ill to anybody, and that is my karma. But if
Yeah.
somebody is behaving bad, I am not samvartina. If somebody is being bad to me, I'm not going to be with that person. I'm not going to talk to that person. I'm going to sometime maybe just tell that person to be away from me. But if somebody is good to me and I'm seeing the darshan of Sri Thakurji in that person, then I am all the way more humble and more loving towards that person. So we have to be some darshana, not some vartinaha.
Well
No
then.
same attitude. Attitude will be different towards different people. But the
Yeah.
ideology and the drishti, the way of looking at that person is going to be the same.
Yes, thank you so much, Maya, because it literally creates a a quite problem sometimes because
Definitely, beta.
मतलब my people मतलब जो हमारे शुभ चिंतक है they tell me कि तुम ऐसे नहीं सबके लिए अच्छा ऐसे कर सकते हो तो आई वहां पे मेरे को थोड़ा because I don't want कि कोई भी
अच्छा
केस में
सिर्फ राधा रमन जी के लिए करना है बच्चे। राधा रमन जी का अच्छा खुद भी नहीं करना है। मैं कौन हुआ किसी का अच्छा करने वाली? मैं केवल किसी के लिए भी बुरा नहीं करूंगी, ना बुरा सोचूंगी, सबके लिए प्रार्थना करूंगी, जो गलत करे उसको गाइड करने की कोशिश करूंगी, अगर वो मेरी सुनता है। पर जबरदस्ती किसी की चाची बनकर उसको समझाने का जिम्मा हमने खोपड़ी पे नहीं लादना है। अगर ये प्रहलाद जी ने भी लाद लिया होता तो शायद हिरण्यकश्यपु को उद्धार करने के लिए नरसिंह आते ही नहीं बेटा।
आते
पर
हैं।
नरसिंह को आना था और हिरण्यकश्यपु को नरसिंह से ही समझना था। तो हम प्रहलाद जी बनकर रहें और हम भगवान के टुवर्ड्स अकाउंटेबल हों, और हम जो हमसे समझना चाहते हैं हम उनको ही समझाएं, और जो हमसे नहीं समझना चाहता उनके लिए नरसिंह भगवान को ही छोड़ दें, राधा रमन लाल को ही छोड़ दें। तो ज्यादा सबके जीवन के हम बेड़े को अपनी खोपड़ी पे नहीं ला दें, अपने जीवन को अच्छे से जिए। दैट शुड बी आवर मोटिव। ओके।
Okay, Maya, and last question, Maya, for all of us, मतलब मैं हम सबकी साइड से आई एम आस्किंग यू कि हम ऐसा क्या और कर सकते हैं कि हम उससे राधा रमन लाल का प्रचार करें और श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु का प्रचार करें, गुरुदेव की सेवा किस किस रूप में हम कर सकते हैं? मैया आप थोड़ा
बेटा सबसे बड़ी बात तो ये है दैट इन टुडेज वर्ल्ड द बिगेस्ट सेवा दैट यू कैन डू इज the prachar of harinam, the classes that you're attending, and you feel that these classes have made a difference, even a micro bit of a difference to your life. It is very important that whatever you are learning from this class, at least share that learning with 10 people. The sutra that I narrate in the class, you should be narrating it, telling people to be good, behave nice, you should be good towards others, do seva. So these kind of things, when it goes from one person to 500 people, and from 500 people even 10 people ahead of those 500 people get to hear that, maybe if they get out of those 10, even if one gets benefited and gets connected to spirituality, I think there is nothing which is bigger seva than this. Aap Gaurang Toli chala rahi ho, you are already making people hear harinam, क्लासेस का प्रचार हो, कथा का प्रचार हो, भगवान का प्रचार हो, कीर्तन का प्रचार हो, आप जो भी, ये जरूरी नहीं है कि बहुत बड़े सारे लोगों में ही आपको प्रचार करना है। प्रचार कैन स्टार्ट इवन विद वन पर्सन। आप किसी से मिले, आपके घर में आपका कोई नेफ्यू नीसी आया, आपने उसको स्टोरी सुना दी, उसको बड़ा अच्छा लगा, उसने जाके अपने फ्रेंड को बताया, उसने अपने फ्रेंड को बताया, अपने आप वो जो psychology of doing good है, that has transferred from one person to another. So आप सबसे बड़ी सेवा तो कलयुग में, जिसको करने के लिए हमारे महाप्रभु जी ने भी सब चीजों का परित्याग कर दिया, वो केवल हरेर नाम हरेर नाम हरेर नाम एव केवलम। सो आप इसी का ही प्रचार करो कि कैसे हम क्या करें। और मैं आपको साची बोलूं, प्रचार केवल एक्शन से ही नहीं होता। प्रचार मीन्स लिविंग like a person who inspires the world around him. आई नेवर से प्रचार में तुम प्रवचन करो या तुम किसी को बहुत सारी ज्ञान की बातें बताओ. प्रचार कैन बी एज सिंपल एज not losing yourself or your temper in difficult situations, having a cool mind in very complex situations, probably chanting and remembering Sri Radha Raman Lal in your best and worst times. This could be, these attitudes, these behaviors influence a lot of people around you. When you are a happy person, even in difficult times, people are amazed and they want to know that how are you so amazing. Why don't you ever lose your cool? What is that secret behind your amazingness, your glow, your wisdom? And then when somebody asks you this, and then you always have that answer, Radha
Ra-
Raman, Radha Raman. Today I had a very crazy day, to be honest. Very crazy day. And I was literally, since morning, I'm fighting with Radha. Radha, what are you doing to me? Just relax now. Or I don't want more of it. I have a class to give. I have lots of things to do. I have few courses to prepare. I think Radha Ramanji, please. And since morning we are battling, but he's in a mood to, Radha Ramanji is very merciful towards me, because the moment he realized that I have become a little comfortable in my lives, he just makes it made it much more crazier. And I realized, oh, sansar dukh khala hai, we don't have to get attached, and I'm like on my toes again. So he doesn't like me really, comfortable. So it is very, very nice that the whatever energy you have, you must invest that energy in prachar, in prachar of Sri Radha Raman, your isht, your guru, katha, and kirtan. Okay.
Thank you so much for the
Radhe
clarity,
Radhe
Maya.
Bache, Radhe Radhe.
Shri
I
Radhe Maya,
really
Shri
want
Radhe
you
Maya.
all to clap for one girl. Uh, I am so happy. I'm so happy. If there are many people who I even look when whenever the class ends, a lot of people take screenshots and they send messages to me that this is my Maya, cutest, my Maya. But there are very few students whom even Maya feel that, oh my God, these are my children. And I really want you all to first clap very loudly at your own homes, and then I will tell you why I'm making you clap. So clap. So the one I am wanting, the clap should be dedicated to. She's also clapping for her own self. And I really want that I will also take her name. You know what? It is so beautiful. The 8 shlokas, powerful shlokas of Geeta ji that we did. There is one girl who has started prachar in Telangana, and whatever class I deliver in English, Hindi, she translates every class in Telugu, and she has about 35, 40 students in Telangana who do not understand Hindi or English, but they are phenomenally reciting the shlokas of Sanskrit. Oh my God, this is such a difficult name. Sannihita Ramanujam. You have to please tell me your name. What is your real name, Lali?
Sannihita Mataji, Radhesham Maya.
So please, everybody, can you really clap for this girl? This is what makes Guru happy. I never told her that you please start a class, you please translate it. She realized that this is my duty, that whatever I'm getting from this should not be only selfishly consumed by me. 40 students, I'm going to that class next Saturday. I'm very excited. I've been called as a guest, and I will be going and meeting all those students who will probably be, she'll be the translator for me, but I'm going to meet all of them. So this is what I want each and every one of you to do. Whatever you know, whatever you understand, just give a bit of that to the world, because when you're giving that bit, I'm going to tell you a very beautiful story. I didn't tell that story yesterday, but it's a very beautiful story, and you all will have a great time listening to it. So there what happened, there were two friends. They were going to a particular destination, but because they missed their bus, so they had to live in a temple for a night. So they were sitting on the stairs of the temple, and suddenly they felt that they're hungry. So the first person said that, oh, I have 5 chapatis, we'll eat that. The second person said that, oh, even I have 3 chapatis, so in total we have 8 chapatis, and we both are going to share these chapatis, 4 and 4, right? When you have 8 chapatis, 2 people can share, divided equally, 4 and 4. So the moment they were about to eat the chapatis, one more person came. And he said, I'm very hungry. I have nothing to eat. Can you share your chapatis with me? And they were like, yes, why not? But now they're confused. Earlier, they were two, and eight chapatis could be equally divided, right? But today, now when the people are three and eight chapatis cannot be divided, so this brought them into thinking that how can we equally divide these? So they all made a resolution. They took a decision that we are going to divide every chapati into three parts, and we are going to make all these eight chapatis divided into three, and then each one will eat one portion of every chapati. So it was equally divided. Are we all good on this? Andreas, are you understanding, bache? Are you understanding the story? Good. So when they had that chapati, and in the morning, when both of them woke up on the stairs of the temple, they realized that the third person was a divine power. He said that I'm going to go, but before going, I'm going to give you 8 coins of gold, and you both please divide these amongst yourselves. So see, whenever you do seva, Radha Ramanji, whatever you give, he makes sure that you give something much more better than that. But that is should not be our motivation to do good in life. Our motivation to do good should always be only the happiness of the Supreme. So when they both got 8 coins, so they were confused. But the one who had 5 rotis said, it is very clear. We both had 8 chapatis, and we divided those chapatis half and half. So out of these 8 coins, you keep 4 and I will keep 4. Right? Makes sense? But the other person was very humble. He said, I really want to tell you that because you had 5 chapatis, 8 it became because we collaborated. But if you see individually, you had 5 chapatis and I had only 3. So ideally, you should get 5 coins and I should get 3 coins. So that other person, they both were good people, right? Still there is goodness in the world, right? People are wanting to be equal and fair to other people. They both were debating that how many coins each one would have. Suddenly the pujari of the temple came. He said, why are you both are fighting? So they both explained him, and he said, don't worry, I'm going to bring the solution to this problem. I'm going in my seva, I am going to ask the Supreme directly that what should be the solution of these two people. So when Pujari ji went, and then he asked the god that, God, this is the whole scenario. How many coins each one should have? So when Pujari ji heard the solution, he was really shocked. And when he came out, he was in a state of shock, and he told that the person who had 5 chapatis originally should get 7 gold coins, and the person who had 3 chapatis should only get 1 gold coin. Okay, इसका दूध बना के दे दे. Okay, come here. The person who had 3 chapatis should only get 1 gold coin. So the both of them were really amazed, and more amazed was the person who had 5 chapatis. He said, what kind of equality is this? Why is he getting 1 gold coin and I am getting 7? He said God made a very, the psychology that we apply in this world is very different from the rules of the divine. Understand this very clearly. People who have brain, only they can understand, and maybe those who have a good grip on mathematics also. Okay, so God said the person who had 5 chapatis, his 5 chapatis got divided into 15 portions, because every portion was divided into 3, right? And out of those 15 portions, each person had 8 portions, because there were 8 chapatis in total. 8 chapatis in total, everyone had one portion of the 8 chapatis. So that person originally had 8 portions of those chapatis, but his chapatis were divided into 15 portions. So how many portions were left? 15 minus 8, which is 7, right? So originally that person consumed 8, but he donated 7, and the other person had 3 chapatis. So his 3 chapatis were divided into 3 portions every chapati. So 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. So his 3 chapatis were 9 portions, and out of those 9 portions, he had how many portions? Each one had 8 portions, right? So he donated how many portions ethically and originally? 1 portions. That is why Supreme said, because whatever, see, God never says that you don't consume. Bhagwan says, whatever I have given you, it is very important that you relish all of it. But if you are going to use all of it only for yourself, that is not going to be any seva for you. But if you are using a little bit and also donating a little bit, giving other a little bit, that is, so that little bit that you are giving the people is actually the original servings that are being counted in the eyes of the Lord. So we people think that if you are utilizing something and then that is utilized in some other way, then it is just utilized in some third way, and when it becomes absolutely useless for us, then it's the time to donate it. For example, a t-shirt, first the father wore, then the son wore, then the Ramu of the family, who's the servant, wore, and then Ramu used that t-shirt for wiping the tables, and then that t-shirt, when even that t-shirt was torn, then they thought now this could not be used, and then they have donated it to some poor person. That is not the definition of donation in the eyes of the Lord. Something that you have earned and you are using a bit of it, and from that you feel, for example, your salary, your money, you are using a bit for yourself, but it is very important to do some seva from a particular amount of that salary as well. Only then it is be considered as paropkar, some seva that is being done by you. So it is very important to understand the real essence of seva. So very good, Sanit Ramanujamji, that you've started these classes, and we are very, very proud of you. And what you are doing, you are taking 1 chapati from here, but from 1 chapati, you are giving about 35 people. So see, one she has consumed, that is her, that is nullified, but the rest 34 that she is giving is her eternal, you can say, wealth. That Radha Ramanji is going to consider in his statistics. So it is very important that whatever we get, we should give it to most of the people. So next question, very good, Ramanujanji, and I'm going to be there in the class next Saturday, and I'm very excited for it. So can we have the next question from Andrea's only?
Radhe Radhe Maya.
Radhe Radhe Bachche, how are you?
Tikum.
Wow.
I'm from Italy, and
Okay.
I don't know Hindi that much. I'm trying to study just to
Very nice.
learn more about Sanatan Dharma. But it's a pleasure
Wow.
to be here, and I'm very
I'm so
happy. And
inspired.
thank
I'm so inspired by your dedication and your interest to know Hindi. And this is your first class, Andreas?
No, I've actually joined. It's my second class.
Very nice. So, are you understanding? Did you understand the story which I just narrated?
Yeah, it's a very nice story. I like it so much, and I'm grateful that I have you as a gift from God, and I'm so
Oh,
happy.
Jai Ho. Many, many prayers. But we are waiting for you in Vrindavan, Bharat. So, whenever you come, you have a home here already. So, you must come to your home soon.
Yeah, it's my dream. I want to go and serve Krishna and
Wow.
Radharaman.
Jai Ho. Jai Ho. Yes, Andreas, what do you want to ask, Bache?
So I want to ask two questions.
Mm.
First one is how can you handle anxiety? Because I am anxious of almost everything, unfortunately. But thanks God, thanks Radharaman Lal, I'm becoming better at understanding not to be anxious, but I'm still a
The
bit
real
anxious.
reason of being anxious is because you have no control over the things that you are doing in your life, Beta. We are always aggressive and anger towards things that are not in our control, something that we precondition. We want things to be a certain way, and when they don't happen that way, then we are angry and anxious. There is something anxious and aggression, they are very closely related. So, when you are preconditioning something to be a certain way and you are still not sure, then you are fearful of that thing. For example, examination. You are anxious. Why? Because you are trying to study, but you don't know what is going to come in the exam. For example, you will be very anxious when there in the night you see something which looks like a rope, like which looks like a rope from a distance, and you will be anxious to know that if it's a snake or it's a rope, and you will be scared if you think it's a snake, and you will absolutely not be anxious if you would know it's not a snake, it's a rope. So, person, if you really want to control anxiety in your life, it is very important, first of all, that you need to control your desires. You need to have control over your body, mind, through your brain. Bache, please stop being emotionally connected to the people, objects, circumstances in your life. That is going to bring a lot of anxiety to your heart. But the time today, if you have a very crazy day, you have to constantly keep reminding yourself, this is best for me. Radha Ramanji is making this happen to me. I think this is going to be very good for me. I'm going to learn something. I'm not going to panic. I know I'm being taken care of. I am washed. When you have constant reminder like this, that you, a mother, no matter the child is walking on a broken road, but if the mother is keeping an eye on the child, she will never let the child get hurt. So we have to be very, very easy. We have to take decisions of our life from our brain. Please do not attach your heart to the objects and people and relations around you, because then it is going to be it's going to make you a lot anxiety. It's going to make you very anxious. So the first thing that you need to do, that you need to relax down. Everything is being written. Everything that I am going to do is predestined. But what I need to really understand is that today I have to do everything right. And right means not right in the eyes of the world, right in the eyes of the Supreme. But then, if you're accountable to only one, then you'll never be anxious. So you have to constantly keep yourself under that association, so that constantly reminds you that don't worry. If today you're feeling sad, tomorrow happiness is also going to come. When sadness come, then only happiness would come. When there is night, only then day would come. And when day would come, night would also come, right? So you have to constantly educate yourself that this is a part of being born as a human. There is no way, even Ambanis, even the Modis, even the people whom you think are in the best of places, even they are anxious. Even they have their bad days. Even they are aggressive sometimes. But we always need to understand, aggression, being anxious, it's only going to spoil our peace and our productivity. So we have to handle that with our brain, not with our heart. Okay? And one more question you need to ask.
Thank you, Maya, for answering this question. Really, it has been very helpful. And the second question is if you have any tips for living in a non-devotee family, because my family is Christian, Catholic. However, they're not believers. Like just they don't practice, and I'm the
Okay.
only one who practices religion in this family. I have a small altar, and I
Wow.
wanted to ask if you have any tips to for living in a non-devotee family as Sanatani.
Bache, the path of devotion is very individual for every being. In a house, if people are mature enough, people of all religions can live very peacefully, because the relation of God, of one God, is not with all. Every person, every devotee has his own God. So it is very important to understand the first point, that are your parents okay with you practicing Krishna bhakti? Are they
Yeah,
okay with it?
yeah. They also offer things to Krishna and
Wow.
Radharani. They offer incense and flowers,
Wow.
and they eat bhog when I prepare it. They prasadam when I
Mm.
prepare it, and I'm so happy and so grateful for it. Only
Wow.
that they don't
So that's a
understand.
blessing in itself. I think, you are a when Radha Ramanlal wanted to do prachar in the entire world, so he sent his gopis in the entire world. So you are one gopi who's born in Italy, but you are already emotionally connected to Sridham Vrindavan. And Radha Ramanji has made an arrangement that you don't have any kind of difficulties. So if you want to practice, see, your parents practicing Christianity is their individual independent devotion, and you practicing Krishna bhakti is independent. There would have been a problem if they would have had a problem with you practicing Krishna bhakti, but if they are all right with it, if they are supportive of it, then I think you should also respect their form of devotion, and you all should live very cordially, because anek rupa rupaya vishnave prabha vishnave, Shri Radha Raman Lal has taken many forms in this world to bless the entire world. So if one form is residing in your altar, then the another form is residing in their altar as well. So we have to be very respectful, we have to be very concerned, and we should have respect for their form of bhakti. And you keep practicing. I'll pray to Radha Raman Lal that Andrea should not feel any kind of problem in his bhakti in the coming time too. And I would love to have you in Vrindavan very soon, bache. Okay? Shri Radha Raman Lal ki jai.
Jai,
Wow.
Radhe Radhe.
I felt very inspired to see you, by the way. Very happy. And you can start this prachar which you learned from this class probably in Italy as well. So the
Yeah,
next question would be Divyanshi Sharma.
राधे श्याम मैया।
Radhe Radhe bache.
मैया मेरे दो क्वेश्चन तो हैं कि
अब ना एक एक क्वेश्चन
आपने
पूछो, बिकॉज मुझे बहुत सारे बच्चों से पूछना, और 10 मिनट रह गए। आई डोंट नो मैंने
सॉरी
स्टोरी तुम लोगों को क्यों सुना दी, उसमें बहुत टाइम चला गया हमारा। चलो एनीवे। हम्म।
सॉरी मैया।
नो
मैया
नो नो,
ये
वाई
बात
सॉरी
की
बच्चा।
मैंने
हम्म।
मैया मैंने आपको ऑनियन गार्लिक का तो बताया ही था कि कैसे चलता है हमारी फैमिली। तो
हम्म।
मैंने माला तो तुलसी जी की माला पे ही मैंने चैंटिंग अभी तक की है। तो मैंने ऐसा सुना है कि चैंटिंग अगर आप ऑनियन गार्लिक खाते हो तो तुलसी की माला पे आप नहीं कर सकते।
That's
तो
not true, bache. That's not true. That because of the circumstances, there are two kind of people in this world. One kind of people who wear kanthi, and then who leave onion garlic and then wear kanthi. But there are also a lot of people who feel that they are not empowered that much, so they first wear kanthi and they feel strong, and eventually Radha Ramanlal makes the arrangement that they leave onion garlic. So I would really suggest that you must wear the kanthi and you must chant on Tulsi Maharani, because वृंदायै तुलसी देव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्यै namo namah. That if Tulsi Maharani is going to be pleased, then she is definitely going to tell Radha Raman Lal to bless you, and so that you don't have any kind of hurdles in your path of bhakti. So you please chant on Tulsi ji only, and try if you can, devotees are very smart people. They know that they want to do devotion, they want to serve Shri Radha Ramalal, so they don't mess up with the parents in the house. So be nice to them, obey what they are saying, and they will also be nice to you. Request them that at least they should probably make one thing for Thakurji, and that patra, the utensil that in which they make, even that is kept separate. And if they are not okay with it, have patience, don't fight back, please. Constantly try to make them understand, and probably if you are thoroughly dedicated, one day they are going to make. But till that time, please offer fruits, offer chapati, offer paranthi, offer paranthas, offer curd, offer dry fruits to Radha Raman Lal in the form of bhoga. Okay? At least
Wait,
keep
can I
his
ask?
plate and his katori, his spoon, his glass separate. Beta. That should happen in every house. Even if you have no onion, no garlic, the utensils of the Supreme should be like the plate, the glass, the katori, the spoon should be separate. Okay?
भैया एक और क्वेश्चन पूछ सकती हो?
Next time, next time, next time. I'll give more people to ask. Beta. Anurag Singh ji.
हरे कृष्ण भैया।
Radhe Radhe beta.
भैया ये मेरा पहला क्लास है, मतलब टेक्निकली
Wow.
इससे पहले लाइक अक्षत के साथ
Welcome
किया
to
था।
Nimaipathshala
यस
family, बच्चे.
जी भैया, हरे कृष्ण
Radhe
भैया।
Radhe.
मुझे ये पूछना था कुछ क्वेश्चंस, लाइक मतलब अभी एक ही पूछते हैं, ठीक
जी.
है भैया? जैसे मैं डिवोशन फॉलो कर रहा हूँ बहुत समय से, ठीक है, चैंटिंग भी करता हूँ डेली, बट
Great.
कभी कभी लाइक ऐसा लगता है ना कि मतलब भक्ति बहुत, मतलब कृष्णा के साथ ऐसे लाइक भक्ति है पूरा, लेकिन कभी कभी लाइक भक्ति एकदम कम हो जाता है, ठीक है, मतलब चैंटिंग उतना कर नहीं पाता, कभी लाइक 16 माला हो गया लेकिन कभी 2 माला भी नहीं कर पाता। एंड कभी कभी लाइक ना मतलब खुद को कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाता, गुस्सा आ जाता है, कभी कभी पेरेंट्स जैसे मना कर देते हैं घर पे, टेम्पल जाने से मना कर दिए, लेकिन मतलब वही कभी कभी गुस्सा आ जाता है।
So, Bachi,
और
it is very important to firstly understand that bhakti does not have one definite form or one definite number. It is very important to chant. It is very important to at least chant 16 round. It is very important to do seva. It is very important to do parikrama. But as a person grows in his life, as I explained even in the yesterday's class, that when I had no children, I used to do parikrama of Radharam, of Vrindavan, Barsana, and Govardhan every month. I used to, do 64 rounds of chanting every day. I used to do a lot of austerities in my life. I used to do Vishnu Sahasranam, Tulsi Archan every day. A lot of people who know me from some time knows that I still do it. But there were a lot of things that I was doing. But then my kids happened to me. I gave birth to three beautiful souls, and then my form of bhakti changed. Initially I was just serving the Lord in the altar, but now I'm serving the Lord running, eating, sleeping in my own house, in my own home. So bache, it is not mandatory that if you were doing 16 before, but because you have a change in your school or your class or your studies or your something happened in your family and your chanting has become less, you have to always concentrate on doing as much as possible, yes, but doing the most of it with whole heart. I always tell to all my children that please, doing 16 phenomenal, doing 34 very good, doing 64 extraordinary. But even if doing one and doing with whole heart that one, it is going to do wonders to you. That is going to bring Krishna to you. Do you think Radha Ramanlal is going to ask before coming to you, Anurag, how many rounds have you chanted, or how many people have you served in your life, or how many austerities have you done? No, all these things are the kits of makeup for a lady to look beautiful. A lady uses blush and lipstick and eyeliner and base and primers and foundations. Why? To look beautiful to the world. So I would say the chanting, doing seva, doing gau seva, doing Vaishnav seva, doing Guru seva, doing Dham seva, these are all the things of becoming beautiful in the eyes of the Lord. When a girl does makeup with all these things and goes out, everybody looks at her and says like, oh my God, I wish she was mine. The same way, when you do chanting, when you do all of these things, you become beautiful in the eyes of the Lord. But that doesn't mean that that is restricted to a particular number. It's okay. Sometimes we say we were doing this much before, but now because of the change, if we are doing this much, that means our bhakti has become less. Your bhakti should never become less. Your bhakti should always grow. You Earlier you were just chanting on the beats. Now you should chant on every breath that you're taking. You should chant on every person you are meeting. Every person you're meeting, make sure that somewhere down the line in the whole conversation, you bring Vrindavan or maybe Radharaman Lal or maybe some granth in your conversation. हो गई बात खत्म. हो गया भजन. बताओ, कोई बहुत बड़ी बात है? Why do you think bhakti is just, being in a particular, a frame of looks and mindset? No.
जी मैम।
Bhakti makes you free. I in a podcast, I had a podcast yesterday, and somebody they asked me, what is love? They asked me, what is love? And I said, I've given many definitions for love, but what right now is striking me is love is something that makes you powerful. Love makes you that, I am not scared of anything. It doesn't matter I do anything or not. Why? Because I love somebody who is much more powerful, who's taking care, he who will never let me fall. And जिसका गुरु जो कहते हैं जिसका गुरु पहलवान उसका चेला मेहरबान, something like this, that if your guru is very strong, then the shishya is automatically very strong, right? So it is very important, bache, that please don't restrict your bhakti, because if you love, the main thing is, are you in love with Radharaman Lal? Do you
जी
think that
मैम।
you're doing everything for him? Do you think that that's the it point for me? Then if you're
जी
in love with him, he's going to make you powerful. Whatever you're doing, in whatever amount you are doing, feel happy about it, that you are amidst all the craziness you are doing. And if you are doing, he's going to be there with you. Okay? So
जी
please
भैया।
don't feel bad about bhakti, that I am not doing this. You are doing something. It is automatically a reflection that he loves you back. Okay?
भैया लेकिन अगर कभी कुछ गलत जैसे कर देते हैं, जैसे मान लीजिए मैंने गुस्सा कर दिया किसी पे, मतलब मिलता हूँ सबसे तो हरे कृष्णा बोल,
सी
बट कभी कभी
गुस्सा
जैसे
गुस्सा कर रहा आपने गलत चीज पर कि सही चीज पर, दोनों के अर्थ अलग हैं. If you have become aggressive on somebody who was, saying ill about bhakti, or saying ill about something, your bhajan, or maybe something that is personal to you, then I think it is absolutely right to oppose and not appreciate the people who are being wrong to you. As I already said, you have to be some darshana, not some vartana. And then after that, don't be friends with those people. But if they are those people who were actually saying the right thing, and because of your own mood, you said wrong to them, you must apologize to them. And then you should
जी
sit down in front of Radharaman Lal, hold your ears, and say, Radharaman Lal, I did wrong. Please forgive me. I am not, if I have said something bad to one person, I will definitely do something extraordinary good with three people at least. So अगर आपने एक को रुला दिया है, तो make sure you say something that brings smile on the face of at least three people. I think that will be more than enough to make Radharaman smile. Okay?
जी।
When you say
ओके मैम।
bitter words to somebody and then you regret, make sure that you have said wrong to one person and he's felt bad. Now at least speak good words of wisdom or good words of appreciation to at least three people, so that if one person complains that he has made me cry, so in the court of Radharaman, at least three should say that at that time he made us smile as well, right? So don't regret that I did something wrong. Instead, to nullify that, and if you have done that unintentionally, to do something that would make something, do something that should also have a positive impact on me. Okay, beta. Next question I would
जी मैम।
request
जी, हरे
Prem,
कृष्ण।
Radhe Hare Krishna bache, Prem Chainani ji, that what do you want to ask, beta?
हरे कृष्णा माता जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Radhe Radhe beta, Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe.
माता जी, मेरा पहला क्वेश्चन ये है कि है ना, भक्ति के अंदर घमंड और अहंकार क्यों आता है?
Bhakti mein because what we feel that bhakti, in bhakti we feel that one person could be superior and one person could be inferior. अहंकार आता ही तब है जब हमको ये लगता है कि हम बहुत अच्छे हैं, हमारे पास सब कुछ है. गोप Radha Raman, Shri Krishna loved gopis the most. But the moment gopis had the ahankar, abhiman, that the person, Radha Ramanji is with us because he's merciful, not because we are doing something great in our life. We have to constantly keep practicing to do something good so that he comes to us and he blesses us. So ahankar, the first reason of being arrogant is agyan, is that knowledge that feels that you know it all. A person who says that I know everything, a person who says that I am doing a lot of bhakti. Bhakti has no frame. Haridas Thakurji, he used to do 3 lakh naam jap every day. and still used to cry that I am not able to do bhakti. And we do only 16 rounds and ask the other person, hey, by the way, Prabhuji, how many rounds are you chanting? Prabhuji, what time do you get up? Prabhuji, what kind of books are you reading? When you want to ask these things to grow in life, they are going to be a blessing. But that moment you are doing a little bit and questioning the bhakti of others, that is going to bring arrogance to your life. So we should always have three qualities, bache, which Mahaprabhuji explained in the Shikshashtak third shlok, which says, Trinadapi Sunichena. Another piece on each agent, that we always have to remember that we have to be in our life just like a small piece of grass. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna. That we have to always believe that I'm nothing. I'm just as small as a grass. That is going to protect you from having arrogance and ahankar in your life, bache. Second thing we always need to remember, Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna. Have you ever seen a tree which is loaded with fruits? Have you seen? The branch on which there will be many fruits, that will always be bent towards the earth. So if we are actually somebody who is loaded with the anand of Bhagwan, we can never be arrogant. A person who is empty will always be arrogant. A person who is filled will always be humble. And then Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amani Namanadena. So beautiful. A person who can make somebody who's nothing as everything. That person is actually everything. Again, a person who can make a person standing in front of him who is nothing feel that he is everything, then you are actually everything. So you should know the quality of appreciating even those people who are underconfident, because when you appreciate them, that gives them that confidence, and that makes you big. Big doesn't mean you being 20 years old and I being 30 years old, that makes me big. No, probably you can be bigger than me if you have the quality of making smaller even feel bigger in front of the world in terms of knowledge. So if you want to get rid of ahankar, you have to do one round, entire 108 times you have to chant this shloka. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amani namanadena kirtaniya sadahari. That is the kind of Vaishnav who grows in his life. Okay, so you have to get rid of it by constantly remembering these three things. You do not have to meditate, Prem, on that I don't have to be egoistic. No. Because if you constantly remind yourself, I don't have to be egoistic, I don't have to be aggressive, I don't have to be insulting, you are automatically meditating upon these things only. You have to constantly remind yourself that Trinadapi, I am nothing. I'm just a servant of Lord. Gopi Bharatu Padakamalayur Das Dasanudasa. I'm a Das. Who am I? Why should I have the arrogance? Who am I? I'm nothing. Just the Das of Sri Radharaman Lal. And when you would have the blessing of Guru and Gaurang, you would want to be humble, to give love to the people. And then you will, or when you will respect everybody around you, then you would feel that the arrogance, Abhiman is actually vanished from your life. So you don't have to meditate on the vikars, you have to meditate on the qualities. And automatically, when the bucket which is filled with mud, when you open water in it, the mud will come out, and eventually after some time the bucket will be filled with clear water. So let that bucket first get emptied with the muddy water, and you keep meditating on the good qualities, you will also become clear like that water. Okay, did that make any sense to you? Okay, you are on mute. Yes, bache.
Yes, Mataji, I understand all things. Mataji, there is a thing that if we are chanting and continuously we are chanting the Hare
Hmm.
Krishna rounds, but sometimes it our parents just say that why you are chanting this, all things, what is happening. Actually, I was
Hmm.
doing a job in last company. I left that job due to some reasons. Actually, they were forcing me to drink.
Okay, very good. That's a very good decision that you made,
That's
beta.
they are saying that when you are because you are chanting continuously, that's why your job is left. That's why you
But see,
have.
that is very sad, but that is a bitter reality of the world. And if you should, we should never, understand this thing very clearly, that we never have to make our parents our enemies. Even if somebody who has not tasted holy water can never understand the mercy of that holy water. Akal mrityu haranam sarva vyadhi vinashanam vishnu padodakam pitva punarjanam na vidyate. Imagine a person who doesn't know about all of this, somebody who's not tasted all of this. How can we expect them to relish all of this as well? So if somebody who's an agyani, somebody who doesn't know what we are chanting, it is very important for us to nicely, patiently sit with them and make them understand that what we are doing. I am very sure your parents would definitely be happier because you have chosen mala over alcohol. None of the parents want their children to drink and eat non-veg and do the wrong things and probably get into drugs, right? But it is because what, we have this notion in our mind that if our parents are saying no to it, that means they are our enemies and they don't understand. That's true, they don't understand. Even you people didn't understand a lot of things, but here I'm sitting to make you all understand everything patiently. It is very important for us to sit with our parents, make a rapport between you and them so that they also understand this part of you.
Ma'am,
We
sometimes
never.
because
Hmm,
parents says us that if you because I do not take onion garlic also from
okay,
last
very
one
good,
year.
very good.
They are saying how you will survive in कि मतलब बाहर के लोगों के साथ कैसे उठोगे बैठोगे आप.
Tell your parents that, like when I was small, mama, I didn't know how to eat. Wherever you took me, before yourself, you always made an arrangement for me. Whenever I go anywhere, I don't care what I'm going to eat, but I always, first question them that what is, please make dal for Nimai Dada. He eats yellow dal. Please make rice for him because in the new place, he might not eat anything, but he will eat only this. The same way, Radha Raman Lal is also taking care. If you are a grown up child, ever since you're born, you have been taken care at time by your mother, sometimes by your father, sometimes by your colleagues, sometimes by your owner, sometimes by your boss. Then the time would come when Radha Ramanji also has to take care of you in some other form. He will definitely take care. Don't worry about it. We have been to the craziest places, some really weird places in China where I think people, when you say vegetarian, they just don't get it. Still, Radha Ramanji has made an arrangement and we have been fed and we have come back alive. So please don't worry that how will you manage, what will happen in the future. Let it first come and then we will handle it, then we'll make a solution towards it. Hypothetically, how will you do, what will you do, that can never be explained to anybody. Tell your parents that, ma, today the arrangement has been made. I am very blessed that you are my mother and you are my father who are giving me the entire freedom to experience this divinity, and I'm very grateful, and I'm very sure when I move out of this place, Radha Ramanji will take another form for me and make some arrangement. When I was studying in England, I was very small and I was not very good with cooking also. And even though I was not into a lot into bhakti also, but my parents were very worried. Oh my God, you're vegetarian. How are you going to survive? Who's going to cook for you? You're going to get ill. You're going to get sick. And then I was like, Radha Ramanji has, made all the arrangements for me. Why should I be scared? When I went into the dormitory, the student accommodation of my university, the moment I entered, there was a lady who was like 20 years elder to me, and she was living in London, but she was doing in England, like we first do entire education and then start to work, right? In abroad, people do 12th and then they work, they get experience, and then they do their bachelor's and then they work, and then again they do their masters when they're about 40, 45. I was the youngest in my class who was doing masters. Like everybody was like 40, 45, because they are very old. So the moment I reached my accommodation, so there was this lady who was Indian but was married in London. So the moment Indian, we literally gelled along, and she was a phenomenal cook. And because I was so small, so she had a very motherly vibe towards me. So every day in the morning when I used to get up, she used to go for her lectures before me, and her room was just right, in front of my room. Like my room and her rooms were opposite to each other. And she used to make pohas, sandwich for me in the morning. She used to pack my tiffin like my mama used to do. And then when I used to come back in the evening from my lecture, she used to make food for me. I was pampered like a baby. So don't worry. If Radha Raman Lal is going to make some arrangement for you at some other place, he will also make the arrangement to feed you. Even an cobra, even a snake, even the bigger snake who doesn't move a lot. What is that called? Python. Sorry, python. A python doesn't move at all, but he's fed very nicely. He doesn't have to eat every day. He needs to eat once a month, and Radha Ramanji makes arrangement of that one big meal for him in a month. So if he's fed and taken care of, I'm sure you are a bhakt. Radha Raman will definitely take care of you. You don't have to be scared. Just practice what you're practicing with your whole heart. He's going to take care of you, bache. Okay?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Many prayers for you, bache. Simran.
राधे राधे मैया।
Radhe Radhe, bache.
भैया मैं आपको मेरे मेरे गिरधर लाल के दर्शन कराना चाहती हूँ।
Okay. वाह, जय हो. Quickly.
यस मैया। सी
जय हो श्री गिरिधर लाल प्रभु की जय. जय हो बच्चे. Yes, Lali. How can I serve you?
मैया मेरा प्रश्न ये है कि मैं ना बहुत ज्यादा एग्रेसिव हो जाती हूँ। कई बहुत सब मतलब कोई भी ऐसी सिचुएशन आती है, बहुत जल्दी एग्रेसिव हो जाती हूँ। और अंदर मेरे मन में ऐसा क्वेश्चन आता है कि मैं राधा रमन को मानती हूँ, उनको बहुत दिल से चाहती हूँ, और फिर मैं ऐसा करती हूँ तो मेरे को अंदर ही अंदर बहुत सारी ग्लानि होती है। वो ग्लानि का
डेफिनेटली बेटा, अगर आपको बहुत ज्यादा गुस्सा आता है, इसका मतलब ये है कि अभी भी जीवन में भजन जो है वो अच्छे से नहीं हो रहा है. आपके जीवन में जो राधा रमन जी के प्रति आपका प्रेम है, बिकॉज अगर आपको ये पता हो कि आपके एक जेस्चर से, जिससे आप बहुत ज्यादा प्यार करते हो, वो आपसे दूर हो जाएगा, अगर आप वो जेस्चर करोगे तो ये आपकी मूर्खता ही है ना. और राधा रमन जी को जो व्यक्ति अग्रेसिव होता है, वो तो कभी भी राधा रमन जी को प्लीज नहीं कर सकता. It is just like you being a makeup artist and you don't know how to do makeup. So what is going to happen with the person who's going to sit in front of you? Imagine the plight, right? The same way, if we are not able to control our aggression, that means we need to really do a lot of bhakti in our life. We need to probably sit down, wake up early, do some chanting, do some meditation. And doing meditation, when you will fill your life with the good, automatically aggression, automatically jealousy will be taken care of. I have never worked on my aggression. I have never worked on being jealous, or never worked upon being, competitive to other people. I only realized one thing, that my journey is mine. And in this entire journey, I have to just become the better version of myself. And the day I realized it, it served wonders for me. So, till the time you will be expecting from people, wanting them to be a certain way, you'll be aggressive. But the day you will understand that these things are going to be hazardous for your eternal journey, and still if you are doing, I think that is very, it's not very wise of you to do so. So you have to there is no formula to control aggression. You have to just start doing good things in your life. Fill your life with positivity. Fill your life with the right knowledge. Make a good routine. Keep, your expectations limit to the capability the other person can fulfill, and then your life will automatically become better. Being angry, being aggressive is good. Sometimes you have to be angry with the person to make him understand few things, but that aggression should be to a limit wherein it is under your control. But when we become angry, we become crazy, we become mad, we become out of control. We are saying, we are doing things that we don't even mean. We are, throwing and, breaking things that are ours only. And after, some, I met a Mataji's few days back, and she was crying. Said, "What happened to you?" She's like, "I bought a phone last month and it broke down." I think, "How did it break? You just bought it like 1 month back." She said that my son made me very angry, and in that aggression, I threw my phone on the son, and he changed his place, and the phone got hit on the wall and it broke. And then what happened after that? She said that my son started to laugh and I started to cry more. So Benika, whose loss was that, Mataji? Why did you do that? So when you're becoming aggressive and when you are going beyond your control, you are just going to hurt your own self. You're going to hurt your uh, own things and own people. So it is very important that you fill your life with good things, beta. Start with bhakti and increase your chanting, increase your time spent in positive environment, positive people, positive association. Make a good, start your day with good things, not with,
Yes.
oh, I wake up and then I have to get up, get ready, and just run to the college and run to the school. No, make your schedule in such a way that you fuel yourself with positivity, and when that fuel is burned in the entire day to do things in life, it should not become less of the positivity inside you. So it is very important. And then eventually, don't work on your aggression, work on the positive things. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am very much grateful to Radharaman Lal to meet you in my life, and I got you in my life. I'm so
No,
grateful
but
to you.
I'm so grateful that I'm getting to serve Sri Radharaman Lal in so many beautiful forms. Radharaman Lal is certainly a very beautiful, creator. That he has created such beautiful souls and such beautiful bodies, and I'm really, really grateful. And last question, and it's already 8:20. Oh my God, why didn't I see the time? It's actually 8:20. Okay, last question, Kanha, and then we'll end today's session. Today's session was specifically kept just to take some question answers, and from everybody's question, somebody gets their answer as well. So we'll keep having, out of the 4 classes in the month, we'll try to keep one class as question answers from now, so that we get an opportunity to talk to each other. So like we have talked one on one, and we'll give this opportunity every month once. Okay, Kanaji, jai ho.
मैया साष्टांग दंडवत प्रणाम। जय
राधा
श्री
रमन लाल
कृष्णा।
खूब आपके जीवन में उन्नति, भक्ति, भजन को प्रदान करें लाला।
मैया मैं सोच रहा था कि मुझे अवसर मिलेगा कि नहीं, लेकिन अभी देखिए आखिरी का ही है और हमें मिल गया। नहीं तो मैं अभी जाने ही वाला था अभी।
जय हो। ये हमारा
तो
सौभाग्य
मैया
कि हमें कान्हा जी से बात करने का अवसर मिल रहा है बेटा। इसी के लिए तो जीवन का
देखो
पूरा तप है।
मैया, मैया मेरा है सौभाग्य।
हाँ
मैया
बच्चे पूछो।
मेरा मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है,
हम्म।
हम गीता पढ़ते हैं,
हम्म।
ऐसे तो सबसे पहली चीज दिमाग में आती है कि कृष्णा जी ने अर्जुन को क्या सिखाया था, धर्म सिखाया था। बट कंफ्यूजन एक जाता नहीं है कि धर्म का निरूपण कैसे करेंगे।
हम्म।
हाउ डू वी डिफाइन धर्मा?
हम्म।
दैट इज माय क्वेश्चन।
बेटा, धर्म इज धर्म, नॉट धर्म। धर्म इज कर्तव्य. Kartavya means your duty. Fulfilling your duties with utmost dedication and responsibility is doing dharma in the best possible way. Dharma has got nothing to do with going to the temple. Dharma has got nothing to, these are all the additional things that you are doing to make your journey beautiful. But if you ask me in one word, ma, what is dharma? Dharma is whatever responsibility, duty Radha Raman Lal has given you in this body. You being a son, you being a father, you being a brother, you being a mother, you being a daughter, all these responsibilities have to be done in the best way you can do, not the best way people expect you to do. Because when you are confident that Radharamanji, this is the best that I am giving, this is the best I can do to do my responsibilities in the right way, then trust me, you are doing you are doing dharma in the best possible way. And doing dharma is going to bring Thakurji close to Arjun. Is a Kshatriya, right? Originally, it's his duty to fight for his praja. Firstly. Secondly, it is his duty to fight for the right. It is his duty to follow and do what makes Krishna happy. These three things are also our guidelines to do dharma in the best way. We have to do that what we have been assigned to do. We have to do everything in the best possible way that we can do. And third, we have to always remember that whatever we are doing, if Radha Ramanji is happy doing, seeing what we are doing, that is dharma for us. And when Bhagwan says, still, if you're not able to understand what is dharma, then please forget all the guidelines what direct you to be known as dharma. Just do one thing. Think of me before doing everything. And if you think that is going to bring happiness to me, do it. And that is dharma. That is going to bring me closer to you. So we always have to remember this. Dharma is just doing what you have been given in the best way. Okay? Kana, did that make sense to you? If you are working in an office, giving your best to the boss, giving your best to your job profile, doing everything without any impurity or without any chal is dharma that you are doing. It is not a job. When you're coming back home, you're sitting with your parents, asking them about their health. That is the dharma of a son that you are doing. When you're working hard, getting the money, pure money, which you have got with your dedication and hard work, and getting food, water, everything with that money and feeding your family is the dharma of the person who is running the family. So it is very important that whatever you are doing, you whatever duties, whatever relationships Radha Ramanji has blessed you with, when you are being, loyal towards all of that, that means dharma.
Yes, bhai, it does make sense to me. Thanks a lot. बहुत बहुत
Many
धन्यवाद
prayers
आपका.
for you. And I'm really sorry for all those children who could not who could not convey their questions. But definitely once a month for sure, every month we'll have question and answers. And Maya, we want Kirtan class also. Really? It's a good idea. Who said this? Who's this Jatin? Is this Jatin our Jatin? Who is this Jatin? Please unmute yourself. Who gave this brilliant idea? Shri Radhe?
जय श्री कृष्ण मैया.
This is Jatin?
Yes, ma'am.
Why can't I see you? Can you switch on your camera?
Ma'am, मैया,
It's
I am driving.
okay, no problem. But definitely, if you have suggested, we can also think about it. So we can have a poll. Do you all want to have a Kirtan class in a week? Not the main class. We have to study Sutra, Stotra, and Shastra also. But we can have maybe on Saturdays if you want.
जी मैया बिल्कुल.
Chalo, great. I will work on it and then I'll get back to you. All the three classes will get together one day and we'll have a Kirtan session also. And but for that, I will let you all know which day, what time. But this is for sure that once a month we'll be having question answers just like this. And but please learn the Vishnu Sahasranam Stotra that we have been learning. It is very important. And the next class is going to be a regular class wherein we are going to study Sutra, Stotra, and Shastra. And I will be having a surprise test of the Vishnu Sahasranam Stotra, which is not a surprise anymore. So please prepare for it very, very nicely. And lots of love, lots of blessings. And I will see you all next Monday. The time will be confirmed in the message of the class. Shri Radha Raman Lal ki Jai.